Okay, so I'm just going to go through all of the competencies and explain what I rate myself now versus what I rated myself at the first vlog that I did. And just kind of give you a quick rundown as to why I rate myself what I do. So number one is demonstrate ethical and professional behaviors. My first vlog I gave myself a 4. I'm going to leave that at a 4 for now. I feel like I'm continuing to grow in that, and I feel like I'll always continue to grow in that. But yeah. Number 2 is engage diversity and difference in practice. So first vlog I gave myself a 4. I'm also going to leave that at a 4. I'm becoming more self-aware, and I'm also in my internship working with a diverse group of people. So I'm working with individuals who are at risk, and just a bunch of different kinds of individuals in different and unique situations. So I feel like I am getting better at that. Number 3 is advance human rights and social, economic, and environmental justice. Yeah. So I'm gonna give myself a 4. The first vlog I gave myself a 3. So I think I'm just getting better at that through working with the individuals at my internship and having the ability to find them resources and becoming more confident just in my skill working with them. Number 4 is engage in practice-informed research and research-informed practice. I'm giving myself a 3. The first time I gave myself a 1. I would say that I've learned a little bit about that through our single subject design project that we had to do for one of our classes of practice evaluation. And for that class, we also made a logic model. And at my internship, we are required to do peer audits of different peers' charts or different coworkers' charts. And so that's part of practice-informed research, research-informed practice. We do learn that when we do the peer audits, we are making sure that we have all of the paperwork we need and everything else. So, yep. Number 5, engage in policy practice. So I gave myself a 2. The first one I gave myself a 1. I would say it's just the policy of my internship, learning why it's relevant, things like that. Number 6 is engage with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. I gave myself a 4. My first one I also gave myself a 4. I think that by the end of the semester I'll be able to give myself a 5 and be confident in that. But I do feel like I'm getting a lot of practice and engaging with individuals and families and groups. So my internship, I work individually with children, and then I also have family sessions. So I'm working with their families and with them individually, and then I do help with the intensive outpatient group on Tuesday nights. So I am also working in the group setting, and that's really interesting. I never thought I'd like groups, but I like them. Number 7 is assess individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. So I gave myself a 4. The first one I gave myself a 3. I've just had a lot of practice with that in my internship, so I feel confident to give myself a higher score. Number 8, interview with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. I gave myself a 4 on that, and I gave myself a 3 on the first one. So I've just like the last one, I've just had practice with that, learning how to interview them, learning how to work with them, learning what works best and what doesn't. And I've learned like each person, it works differently, each practitioner and also each client, everything's different. You just have to learn what works best for that person, and that's been really interesting for me to learn. Number 9 is evaluate practice with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. So I gave myself a 4. That's up from a 3 on the first one. So I think really it's just the single subject design. And also at my internship we have bi-weekly treatment team meetings, and we're able to evaluate how things that we're doing and the interventions that we are implementing for our clients are working. And we have our LCSW there, and our clinical program director and everybody, and they're able to help us come up with ways and to see like if what we're doing is actually helping the clients that we're working with. And number 10 is appreciate the context of Christian higher education for social work education. So I appreciate it. I would say I would give myself a 5. I understand the importance of it, and yeah, I understand how it relates to social work. So yeah, I'd give myself a 5. On the first one, I gave myself a 4 or a 5. I kind of gave myself both, so we're gonna go with a 5 for this one. Overall, I would rate myself as a 4. I am becoming more confident in myself and my skills, and my ability to move what I've learned in the classroom to field. And I feel like that's something that I was kind of worried about at first, but that I've gotten more confident and able to do it. To continue my professional growth as a practitioner, I think I really just need confidence. I have never been in a social work job before other than my internships, so I think confidence is a big thing for me. And I think that learning to, one thing that like I didn't rate myself very high on is like the policy. I feel like that's something that's important to know, but not something that I have a lot of confidence in or a lot of time to practice. So I feel like that's something that I need to learn more about, just the laws and policies that regard or that pertain to what I do as a practitioner. So yeah, that's it.